Welcome to Bass Habits episode number 76. Today we're going to talk about Billy Sheehan. Billy Sheehan is one of the most famous bass players in classic rock. He's best known for playing bass guitar with acts such as Steve Vai, David Lee Roth, the Winery Dogs, and of course Mr. Big, among the others. He's also known for his lead bass style, which includes the use of chording, two-handed tapping, three-finger picking technique, and controlled feedback. Sheehan has been voted Best Rock Bass Player 5 times in Guitar Player Readers polls, and his overall technique is absolutely astonishing. Before we go on, I need to point out that this video is not about his famous lead bass techniques. First of all, I can't play like that, so it would be impossible for me to demonstrate something I can do. And second, I'll be honest, I just don't get it. For me, bass guitar is all about creating grooves and melodies that turn good songs into exceptional ones. And though Billy's shredding abilities are out of the question, I just can't explain something I don't understand. Instead, we'll be focusing on tone and songwriting of what I consider Sheehan's prime, which is his tenure with Mr. Big. The first thing we need to discuss is the tone. Though he played a number of different instruments and amplifiers over the course of his music career, Billy Sheehan is mainly known for his signature Yamaha bass. Despite of the gear used, there's one common factor in pretty much every song he's played on: an extremely mid-range dance tone. Billy would typically set treble to 50%, mid-range to 75%, and bass to 50%. This is something that Lemmy will do, and it's quite unusual for a band like Mr. Big, heavily based on vocal harmonies and melodic hooks. Normally, the mid-range is occupied by the guitar, with the bass kinda working around it. And Mr. Big is the other way around. Paul Gilbert's high Ibanez has a lot of low and high frequencies, and the bass guitar, with added distortion, takes up the rest. Probably the reason behind this unusual setup is the fact that being used to play really fast lead parts, Billy needs to be able to hear the body of each note, which is what the mid-range is. About his tone, there's mixed opinions. Some people like it, some people don't, as they find it muddy and confused. I personally like it. His tone is an extension of his style. The sharp, mid-forward sound he gets complements his aggressive playing that, in my opinion, is the wild element that brings a heavy angle to an other way really melodic and at times almost poppy sound. Not for everyone, but for me it does the trick. Regarding songwriting, you would be surprised to learn that Billy Sheehan's style comes basically from a combination of fundamentals. One of his favorite tricks is following the guitar melody. As you probably noticed, this stuff comes up almost exclusively at the end of the bar, often acting like a second voice, responding to Eric Martin's lead vocals. Bass and guitar playing unison in response to the lead vocals is one of the secret ingredients of Mr. Big's formula, which takes full advantage of Sheehan's dexterity, capable to nail down some very fast and precise guitar runs. Another simple step to get close to Billy's style is learn how to follow the vocal melody. To Be With You, one of Mr. Big's most popular songs, is the perfect example.
Yeah. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too.
The bass doubles the vocal line during the chorus, which is also the main hook line of the song. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear.
This is another really simple element used by many bass players like Paul McCartney and Hughes McDonald. Considering we're talking about an absolute virtuoso, I'm actually impressed by how simple Billy can keep it. But that's what a good bass player does. The bass line of To Be With You is absolutely perfect. You can hear how extremely clean, tight and dominating his tone is. Although the track does not have his signature distorted sound, It is still a great representation of his work and his impeccable ear for tone. His choice of notes supports the vocals and adds an extra layer to Paul Gilbert's acoustic guitar, while providing a rock-solid rhythm to showcase the simplicity of the track. Things pick up a bit near the end, where we can really hear the mid-range character of his tone come to life through some very tasty elaborations on his main theme. If we take a look at the verse, we see another typical feature of his style, which is alternating long and short notes. Normally in rock ballads the bass has a minimal role. If you take Don't Cry for example, we see that the bass guitar merely hits the root notes and keeps out of the way as much as possible, which is a good thing. But not in Mr. Big. Here the bass is king and manages to stick in some figures that really push the verses without overplaying or weakening the rhythm.
Wake up, who cares about little boys that talk too much?
Another typical Billy Sheehan's move that is normally overlooked is the use of octaves. Once again, a very basic fundamental that if put to use properly can build an exciting bass line without getting in the way of the harmony.
Nothing but love.
If you watched so far, you're probably not too disappointed about the lack of the analysis of Billy's more flamboyant techniques. But the good news is that there is an impressive number of educational videos and interviews made by Billy himself where he explained all his secrets in detail. So if you really want to go deep into the topic, there's plenty of material to work with. This video only wants to show the basics, proving once more that all that some of the most eccentric bass players do is taking very simple elements and combining them in a cool way. I hope it gave you some good ideas to work on your bass lines and take them to the next level. Thank you very much for watching, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and follow me on Instagram for more.